There we go. Okay, we are officially recording. So you guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Wednesday, the 20th of January. Thank you so much for all being here. We're going to start as we always do with our breath. So please make sure that you're in a space of comfort. If you can sit yourself so that your hips are slightly higher than your knees, that really does take a lot of pressure off the hip joint, and it also helps you stack your low back so that way you're not rounding or you're not pushing yourself up into an upright position. Let your shoulders relax. Let your hands come to rest, palms facing up. And we're going to spend one more week really practicing with the rib cage before we take it into full diaphragmatic breath. So as you find your space of comfort, please feel free to fidget. Know that that's always, always, always encouraged. Let your eyes gently close. And for your first few cycles of breath, as you just kind of settle in for our morning yoga, just let your body breathe you. Enjoy this first portion of your breath. And just observe what parts of your body may feel tight, what parts of your body may already feel really delicious and open. Okay, and as we come into our breath, I'd just like to do a gentle reminder that please remember that this class is all about learning. And so it has nothing to do with who you are or what you bring to class. This is a space of all skills can be learned, so that whatever comes up for you today, please approach this from a space of we're learning, and this is a practice, which means that it's completely okay to fall out. It's completely okay to giggle, and it's completely okay to have fun. So what I invite you to do first, as you're coming into your breath, is simply touch the tip of your index finger to the tip of your thumb on your right hand, and notice if you can feel that sensation. For those of us that cook a lot and we get asbestos fingers, it can be a little challenging to try to feel. So what we're doing right here is just connecting into our body. And you can tap the index finger and the thumb. And once you can begin to feel the end of the index finger and the tip of the thumb, change it to the middle finger. And again, let them touch. See if you can feel that sensation. Gently tap. And then hold again. Continuing to allow your body to breathe you, then let it come to the right ring finger. Gently hold. Notice if you have some fingers that feel a little bit more than others, gently tap. So all we're doing is bringing our awareness to one locale. And then you can gently let that release. Taking thumb to pinky finger touch. See if you can feel that very light sensation. Gently tap. And then hold again. And then let that release and soften. Now we're going to bring our awareness and our sensation over to our left thumb and our left index finger. Gently touch. See if you can feel the sensation between the thumb and the index finger, gentle tapping. Again, just trying to create a connection. Feeling the small movements. One more time, gently allow the index finger and the thumb to touch and hold. And then bring the thumb and the middle finger together On the left hand, see if you notice sensation. Gently tap. Hold once again. Release the second finger, take it to the ring finger, thumb and ring finger. Notice if there's a connection. Can you feel that sensation between the thumb and the ring finger? Lightly tap. And then hold again. Release the ring finger and then gently touch the pinky finger to the thumb. Notice if you can feel the sensation. Gently tap and hold once again. And then release. Take a moment to notice as your body continues to breathe you, if by doing that very simple connection, you can feel your hands a little bit more. So all we're trying to do this morning is just bring gentle awareness to all the parts of your body. So just take a moment from there and let the fingers gently curl in, thumbs over the fingers. Allow the fingers to gently spread out. All this time, they're still lightly resting on top of the thighs. One more time, gently curl the fingers in, making a gentle fist. Noticing if from this place, as you curl your fists in, do you feel a gentle stretch and opening through the forearms as you're gently flexing your wrist, and gently open those fingers once again, spreading them wide. And then one more time, gently closing the fingers into a fist, gently curling the fist towards the inner part of the forearm, and then gently release. Lift your hands up and then gently shake your hands and your arms. Just gently waking everything up. Now, let your arms extend and let the shake go all the way through the arms and into the torso. And we're just shaking a little bit back and forth, just waking everything up. Oh, see if you can get your trunk involved and everything, just kind of gently shaking. Let it relax. Bring your hands back to the tops of the thighs. And now gently begin to come into your breath. So we're going to begin our breath from this slightly more awake space. And as you begin your breath, rather than focus on the low belly just yet, I want you to focus on the rib cage. If you need to bring your hands to the rib cage so that you can feel your rib cage open, that's fine. So as you inhale, I want you to feel the expansion through the rib cage, front to back and side to side. So allow the rib cage to move in all directions. And as you exhale, gently allow that rib cage to relax. And again, as you inhale, fill the rib cage and feel it expand. And as you feel your rib cage expand, just bring awareness to the very small muscles that live in between each one of your ribs, so that as you take this full breath and you are expanding your rib cage, you're actually contracting these muscles, which is an important piece. When we breathe fully all the way up into the rib cage, the muscles of the rib cage get exercised as well. And as you exhale, just feel the muscles relax and gently lengthen. We'll do this 2 more times. Slow, steady inhale. And as you inhale, feel the rib cage move in all directions. And then exhale, feel the muscles relax. One more time. Now we're going to go ahead and take this movement and add it to our diaphragmatic breath. So if you have both hands on your rib cage, release one hand, bring it to the low belly. And we're going to begin by breathing into the low belly. But then as we breathe into the low belly, we're also going to bring the breath all the way up and feel the expansion in three directions of the rib cage. So when you're ready, slow, steady inhale, begin at the low belly. Once you feel that low belly expand, bring the awareness to the rib cage, expand the rib cage in all directions. And then when you're ready to exhale, release the rib cage first. And then gently release the low belly by gently drawing in and up. So again, inhale, begin at the belly. Flow up to the rib cage. Release the rib cage. Release the low belly, gently drawing in and up. Now I want you to do this 3 times more and really pay attention to your body. So I'm not going to say anything so that you can really feel what's going on in your body, just as we did by touching our fingertips. So when you're ready, gently begin. And at the end of the third breath, please bring your hands over your heart, palms facing down. Beautiful. All right, you guys. As you finish your third breath and come to join us with hands over the heart, what I invite us to do today is find something that we can be grateful for. Before class, I stumbled onto an interesting article. There were a group of people at MIT that have actually discovered a way to record our emotions through radio waves. And what they've discovered is that our emotions do hold different frequencies. And that while we may not be able to feel it, one of the things that accompanies the different emotions is that our heart beats slightly differently, and we also breathe slightly differently. And so since we're working today to really calm and strengthen our vagus nerve, which is known as the vagal tone, see if you can go through your Rolodex of memories and find someone or some little four-legged or some event where you felt a great deal of gratitude. And just hold that memory and take a moment to really revisit it. Take a moment to feel the sensation of gratitude. Take a moment to notice in the memory how the light felt, what kind of sounds were going on. If there was a specific touch, if there was a specific taste. So bring in all of your senses to that memory. And now hold, by the way, my phone is off. by holding that memory, really send that energy into your heart. And from there, we're going to go ahead and sing the sound of ah, sing the sound of o, sing the sound of mm. And I want you to feel that gratitude vibrate into your body. And know that as it vibrates into your body, it also vibrates out and around you. On the fourth silent breath, I'd like you to set your intent, something that you most need, something that you most desire. So holding that beautiful memory in your heart and in your head, slow, steady inhale. And then when you're ready, release your hands. Let them come back to the tops of the thighs. And one more time, let's touch right index finger to thumb, left index finger, or excuse me, right middle finger to thumb, right ring finger to thumb, right pinky finger to thumb, left index finger to thumb, left middle finger to thumb, left ring finger to thumb, left pinky finger to thumb. And then gently spread your hands one more time, let them open. Gently draw the hands into a soft fist, thumbs are overlapping. Flex the hands, or flex the wrists, excuse me. This time allow your hands to come up and off the thigh, and with your eyes still closed, allow the wrists to make gentle circles. We're just really connecting into the feeling without using our sight. Gently reverse that movement. So because we have closed off our eyes, we're asking the rest of the senses to come more on board. Gently open the hands, spread them wide. And let the fingers and hands shake. From here, arms are bent at the elbows, palms are facing each other. And as you exhale, gently draw the forearms together. See if you can touch the elbow to the palms. Breathe here. And I want you to really feel the front of the chest and the upper arms pull towards each other. So no push, only pull. Let that release. Let the arms come back out. And now Gently shake the arms. Eyes are still closed. On the exhale, gently bend back into the elbows. Draw the arms together. Again, seeing if you can bring the elbows to touch all the way to the palms. Here now, as you breathe, gently bring those forearms just a little bit to the left. So it's a small movement. Eyes are still closed. You're going to continue to feel the pull through the front of the chest and the front of the upper arms. Inhale, bring the arms back to vertical. Exhale, gently allow those forearms to go just a little bit to the right. Breathe. Continue to pull through the front of the chest and through the front of the upper arms. Beautiful. Let your arms come back to vertical. Release the arms, float them back out. Now I want you to move deeply into the shoulders. Big shoulder roll. Moving to the back and roll each of the shoulders. Eyes are still closed. From where you are on your sit bones, whether you are on a cushion, a blanket, or on the floor, gently, eyes still closed, begin to walk your hands either to the sides or gently behind. Fingertips are facing forward towards the knees, making sure that this is not too much extension now through the wrists. Let your torso lean back slightly. If this is too much extension through the wrist, gently make a soft fist. Again, eyes closed so that you can really connect into the sensation. When you're ready, gently take those inner edges of the shoulder blades and squeeze, drawing them together. Notice what happens into the front of your collarbone, the front of the chest. Again, there's no pushing. There is only the connection and the shortening of the muscle as the inner edges of the shoulder blades work towards each other and towards the spine. Gently release and relax the shoulder blades first, and then walk the hands back forward so that again you're sitting in an upright position. And now this time I want you to take a big roll with each of the shoulders, moving and rolling forward. Come back to neutral. Eyes are still closed. Allow the ear to gently roll towards the left shoulder. Gently moving into the neck. Gently moving into where the neck connects into the collarbone. If your body says yes, you're going to go ahead and take that left hand and gently bring it over the top of the head so that the fingertips are pointing towards the right ear. This first step is just to simply allow the weight of the hand to increase the opening. You're still using that slow diaphragmatic breath where you begin at the low belly, fill through the rib cage. On the exhale, release through the rib cage and then release the low belly. Now, if your body says yes, I want you to gently press that right side of your head into the left hand. There's no movement here. All we're doing is we're asking for a little bit more activation through the muscle, reconnecting the brain to the motor unit in the muscle. Gently release the pressure or the force, and then release the hand. Let the head come back up. Full diaphragmatic breath. Inhale. Full diaphragmatic breath. Exhale. One more inhale. And on the exhale, gently roll that right ear towards the right shoulder. Take a moment to observe how the opening feels on the left side. When you're ready, bring the right hand up and over the head so that the fingertips are pointing towards the left ear. This first part is simply connecting into just that little bit of additional weight of the hand. Notice how that changes the opening on the left side. Still using that deep, slow diaphragmatic breathing. And also, see if you can still feel the gratitude as it resonates in your body. When you're ready, if your body says yes, gently press your head into your hand. So there's no movement. All we're doing is increasing muscle activation. So we're moving from a passive stretch to an active stretch. Breathe. This is also known as an isometric stretch. When you're ready, release the resistance, going back to a softer opening. And then when you're ready, release the right hand. Gently allow the head to come up. One more thing that we're going to do this morning, with our eyes still closed so that you can get a sense of your body in space. Let your hands come forward to rest on top of the kneecap. And then very gently draw your body hinge from the hips forward just a little bit. And now, very gently, we're going to begin by rotating clockwise. And you're going to allow your spine to move in a circle around the top of the pelvis. I want you to do this slowly and mindfully to make sure that you are not moving in any direction that would cause you any discomfort. This clockwise rotation should be comfortable. And we'll do that one more time. So we have 3 circles clockwise. Still using your diaphragmatic breath. When you again reach 12 o'clock with your torso slightly bent forward, pause. Notice if by doing this with your eyes closed, you actually made your body a little dizzy. That tells you how much we use our vision to keep our bodies stable in space. If it's too much, please open your eyes. Now when you're ready, gently bring yourself counterclockwise. And again, this movement should feel good in all directions. There should be no discomfort or pain. We're going to do this slowly, making sure that our bodies can keep up with the differences. This is a lot of information that we're giving our brain because our eyes are closed, so all of our other systems are needing to work and come online. Working into the 3rd cycle or 3rd rotation, still using our breath. At the end, again stopping at 12 o'clock, slightly forward, very gently, slowly, ease the torso back upright once again. Allow the palms to come face up. Notice how it feels to move counterclockwise. Was it easier? Was it the same? Was it different? And again, what we're doing right now is we're being more in a state of perception. We're just allowing the information in without making judgment about it. When you're ready and you feel stable and steady, begin by turning the corners of your mouth upright into a gentle smile and slowly open your eyes. Hey, you guys. Let your hands come down by the side. Let's take a moment. Feel the arms come out, Squeeze those inner edges of the shoulder blades, and then lengthen the arms all the way out and up as you take an inhale. Full breath, palms touch. Exhale, bring your hands down, letting them rest or thumbs rest at the heart point on your sternum. And again, deep inhale, arms sweep down. Take a moment when they're about 20 degrees out to really squeeze those inner edges of the shoulder blades together and then sweep them up. Exhale, bring that energy down. Beautiful, good. One last time. Inhale up. This time what I want you to do is I want you to catch your left wrist with your right hand. Bend into the elbows. There we go, good. When you're ready, as you take a slow, steady inhale, I want you to press down gently through the sits bones and then lengthen and roll a little bit over to the right. Breathe into that left side. And notice if that left sits bone wants desperately to come up and off either your cushion or the floor, wherever it is. And then see if you can continue to draw it down. Beautiful. Very nice. Good. And then gently inhale, bring yourself back up. Want you to change hands. So now your left hand is going to clasp your right wrist. Slow, steady inhale. And gentle exhale, rolling yourself over to the left. Breathe. And inhale, bring yourself back up. Release your hands. One more time. Roll the arms, roll the shoulders, shake into the hands. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and come down onto our bellies on our mats. So make sure that you have your strap handy just in case you need it. Okay. So as we come down onto our bellies on our mats, we're going to gently bring ourselves down and just take a moment with your hands to either side, okay? And just let your hips rock just a little bit back and forth. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to allow, on this first part, our hands to come forward. You can either make a gentle diamond or you can stack your arms one on top of the other. So they're gently across. And I hope everybody can see that. Okay, so once you've got that, allow your chin to rest on top of your hands. So when you're ready, we're going to start with the right leg. So slow, steady inhale. Really fill the belly. And then as you exhale, I want you to squeeze into that right glute and lengthen into that right leg. Oh, and just gently bring it up. Breathe, flex into the foot, point back into the toe, keep squeezing through that right glute, flex into the foot, point into the toe, and then gently lower. Take a moment and let the hips rock just a little bit side to side. So what we're doing is just a lot of variations of locust right now, just to wake our bodies up. And since we had cranky knees, this is going to help with our knees. So when you're ready, I want you to squeeze into the left glute, slow, steady inhale. And as you exhale, gently lengthen in to the left leg. Now, as you're doing this, I want you to make sure that you're not feeling any undue pinching or discomfort in the low back. You're going to squeeze through that left glute to make sure that the hip is staying stable, which also helps stabilize the low back. As you're here, gently flex into the foot, point back into the toe, flex into the foot, gently point the toe, and bring it down. Little shake, side to side. Let the hands come to either side now. And what I want you to do is now we're going to reverse this so that as we inhale, we're going to gently, when we're ready, lift our body off just a little bit. So this is very small movement. Arms are on either side. How close they are to your trunk is completely up to you and what feels best for your body. Elbows, rather than winging out, see if you can gently draw them in towards your waist. So when you're ready, finish with your exhale. And as you inhale, let the breath lift your trunk off the mat. So when you're ready, inhale. Filling through the low belly, filling through the rib cage, and you're going to pause. So you're only going to go as far as you went on that first breath. Continue to breathe, making sure that you're not over compressing into the lower lumbar spine. If it feels like you'd like to play a little bit, squeeze into the glutes. And now you're going to hold yourself where you are, and with your next inhale, lift both legs. And again, the legs are only coming up as far as is comfortable for your low back. And you're just going to be right here for one cycle of breath. And at the exhale, gently lower the legs and then lower the trunk. To make sure that we're not overly compressing our lower lumbar spine this early in the morning, what I want you to do now is with the elbows rolling back towards the waist, press down through the arms and see if you can lift yourself up into tabletop. So before we move ourselves anywhere further, what I want you to do is take these inner arms and I want you to take the front of the chest and I want you to pull them together. What that's going to do is it's going to create some space in between the shoulder blades and also create some space through the neck, and then let that relax. The next step is that we're going to move into a gentle cow posture. So gently inhale. As you lift your hips, what I want you to do is feel the opening through the front of your abdomen. So gently feel that stretch as it opens. Gaze is about 3 feet in front of you. We're steady here. And then I want you to let that relax. Bring yourself back into tabletop. Full cycle of breath right here. Now gently drop into cow. So drop in through the hips. And I want you to feel the vertebrae shift through the thoracic spine as you, and all the way up into the cervical spine as you curl your chin towards your chest. So now we're opening, moving in the opposite direction through the spinal column. And again, as you're here, I want you to feel that pull through the front, through your pectoral muscles and the upper part of your arms. So as you're pulling together, and then let that relax. From here, making sure that everything is comfortable, I want you to come down onto the forearms and lightly interlace your fingers. So with your knees still bent, top of the feet on the floor, what we're going to do is take a slow, steady inhale. So I want you to squeeze through your glutes gently and gently draw your face forward so that you're gazing past your fingertips. Squeezing through the glutes, which is also going to help activate your core. Gently, slowly pull yourself back. So you're really squeezing through the glutes right here. One more time, slow, steady inhale. Bring yourself forward and over. The slower you can do this, the more you can use your breath, the more you're actually asking of your body. Gently, slowly, squeeze yourself back. Okay, let everything relax. If your body says yes, you can either open your arms wide and take puppy pose, keeping your hips high, or if your body has more flexion in the knees, you can simply walk your hands back, walk your hips back to your knees, and take child's pose. So please, I want you to work with what your body is giving you this morning. So anywhere between puppy and child's pose is where I want you to be, but you're going to be taking care of your body as it needs it. One more cycle of breath right here. And then gently, slowly release. Come back into tabletop. And then again, if your body says yes, bend into the elbows. Slowly bring yourself back down onto the mat. Again, our hands are already in position for our little baby cobra, Bhujangasana. Okay, so when you're ready, slow, steady inhale, fill that body, and let it bring yourself up. So at this point, all you're doing is your hands are there just as stabilizers. If you would like to activate a little bit more, squeeze through your glutes and lift your palms. See if you can hold yourself right there. Let your hands come back down. And only if your body says yes, on the next inhale, will you bring yourself up a little bit more. So slow, steady inhale. Breathe. Again, the elbows are moving down towards the waist. If your body says yes, release your hands. Hold yourself with the strength of your trunk where you are. Release that. Bring your hands back down. And on your next exhale, release your trunk completely. Let your hands come back forward. And this time, again, we're going to begin. You're resting your hands or your chin on your hands. Squeeze into that right glute. Gently, slowly lengthen the leg up. This time, what I want you to do, coming from the squeeze in the glute, is see if you can flex into the foot and bend the knee. Breathe. As you're here, what I want you to do is slow, steady inhale, keep squeezing. See if you can lift the sole of your foot up towards the ceiling just a little bit. And then gently, slowly release. Bring the thigh all the way back down. And then once the thigh touches, gently let the leg release. Give your body a little shimmy shake down through the pelvis and the hips. Here we go. If your body says yes, you're going to squeeze into that left glute now. When you're ready, inhale and lengthen that left leg up. If your body says yes, gently bend into the knee, flex into the foot so that the sole of the foot is moving up towards the ceiling. And only if your body says yes, you're going to go ahead and squeeze a little bit more and work to bring the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling just a little bit more. No pinching through the low back. If you're feeling pinching through the low back, or you start to get a cramp into the hamstring, you're doing too much. Gently release, bring the thigh back down, release the leg all the way back down. Gentle shimmy shake. Okay. For this next set, please take care of yourself. only if your body says yes. What you're going to do, if it's too much, then I want you to go back to what we just did, which is lengthen through the leg, then bend into the knee, flex into the foot. If you are feeling like you can do a little bit more, you're going to release this right hand. I want you to bend into the right foot. Go ahead and take the hand to the foot. If you can't quite make it, you have your strap right here. You're going to unwind your strap and then use your strap to catch your foot. Okay, so we have two possibilities. You can either do hand to foot or you can do strap to foot. So please go with what feels best. So from here, you guys, I'm asking an awful lot of your hamstrings right now. So please pay very close attention to what your body is doing. When you get your leg flexed like this, you're asking your hamstring to make two movements. And it gets a little crazy sometimes. Sometimes your body says yes, sometimes your body says no. So from here, you've got your hand or your strap around the foot. What you're going to do first is I want you to engage and squeeze through your glute. When you're ready, coming from the thigh, you're going to just simply lengthen the leg up. But this is coming from the thigh. Notice that my hand is not pulling, it's just there as a support. Breathe. Now, only if your body says yes, this is part 3, do I want you, as you're squeezing into your glute, to gently press the top of the foot into your hand. So again, there's no movement. We're just activating a little bit more. What may happen is that you find the inner edge of the shoulder blade rolling towards the spine. And then gently, slowly, release the leg, release the foot. Bring the hand back to the front, chin resting on the tops of the hands, gently rocking the hips from side to side. Slow, steady breath. Find the gratitude. So what we're very gently working into is we're going from little bits of locust, little bits of Bhujangasana into gentle wheel, Dhanurasana. Okay, so from here, same thing on this left side. I'm going to rotate around so that the left side is easily accessible for everybody to see. So if you need to, we're coming back to the first set, which is simply squeeze into the left glute. As you inhale, lift the left leg. If your body says yes, flex into the foot, then into the knee. And now gently work as you squeeze to lift the sole of the foot a little bit closer towards the ceiling. And breathe. You're not using any hands at this point. This is just the leg. Gently, slowly, as you exhale, release the front of the thigh, bring it back down to the floor, and then lengthen into the leg. Gentle rock from side to side. So we're going to do this again. If that was 100%, then do that repetition again. If your body said yes, and I'd like to do a little bit more, you'll begin by bending into the knee, sweeping your arm around, and taking your hand to your foot. If that is too much, you have your strap right here. You're going to take your strap and hold on to it with your hand around the foot. Okay? So please take whichever works best. So it might be that just doing this opening right here is enough for your body. So honor that. You don't necessarily have to lift your leg. Please only go as far as your body is telling you. If your body says yes, you're going to begin by squeezing into the glute and then gently lifting that thigh off the mat. Gently rolling the inner edge of the shoulder blade towards the spinal column. Only if your body says yes at this second part will you push your foot into your hand. So there's no movement. You're just activating muscle, squeezing through the glute to maintain stability through the low back. To come out, come back to part 2. So release the push in the foot. Then bring the upper thigh back down to the mat. Release the hand or the strap from the foot. Lengthen the leg and gently rock through the hips. Take a moment to notice here if the low back is starting to feel a little bit better because we're activating more strongly into the glutes. From this point, hands come back to either side. Squeeze into the glutes gently, press down through the palms, push back up into tabletop. You may need to move your strap out of the way, that's fine. Again, let's begin by just simply taking the muscles of the upper arms, taking the muscles of the chest and pulling them together. Feel the pull from the front. Gently relax that. Bringing yourself now and do whatever fidget. Notice that I'm kind of moving back and forth, finding that best spot. Take ourselves into cow. So allow the hips to lift up. Allow the opening to happen through the front of the belly. Gaze comes out to 3 feet. And breathe. Release that. Now, we're going to do something where we're working through our rib cage and through our trunk. So what I want you to do is, where you are right now is 12 o'clock. I want you to go in a clockwise motion. So you are going to start by bringing the rib cage out to 3 o'clock, then bringing the spine up to 6 o'clock. Rib cage goes out to 9 o'clock. Belly comes down to 12. And again, rotate out to 3. Lift back and up to 6. Rotate out to 9. Come back down to 12. One more time. Rotate out to 3. Lift back and up to 6. Rotate out to 9. Come down to 12. If you're bending through your elbows a little bit, that's fine. What we're working for is this rotation around an axis rather than front and back. Here we go. We're going to go counterclockwise. Rotate out to 9. Lift back and up to 6. Rotate out to 3. Bring the belly down to 12. And again, rotate out to 9. Lift back and up to 6. Rotate out and down to 3. And then come to 12. One more time. Rotate out to 9. Come back and up to 6. Rotate out to 3. Come back to 12. From here, we're going to go ahead and move into cat. So drop through the hips. Lift and push into the spine, coming from the core. So draw the front of the core together. Lift through, all the way through the thoracic spine. Tuck the chin up and into the chest and the cervical. And I want you to come from the front. So pull that upper chest together, pull the inner edges of the arms together and really lift and relax. From here, I want you to come down onto the forearms once again. Lightly interlace the fingers. You have a couple options this time. If you felt like you were at 100%, please keep the knees and the feet on the floor. If you felt like you would like to do a little bit more, right here with the hands lightly clasped on the forearms, simply coming from the tops of the feet, lift the knees up 1 inch. If your body says yes, you're going to go ahead and gently squeeze through the glutes and pull yourself forward so that again your face comes back past your lightly clasped hands. Still using the core. Gently, slowly squeeze through those glutes and gently pull yourself all the way back. Please remember, you're getting just as much of this if you are feet or legs on the floor. One more time, squeezing, gently draw yourself forward. And pulling, gently bringing yourself back. Come back down onto the knees. And again, one more time, you're taking whatever variation feels best. Whether this is puppy pose, so you're keeping your hips high, less flexion in the knees, or if your body says yes, you can gently work the hips back towards the heels and take extended child's pose. So simply breathe here and just maintain the connection to your body. Take a moment to notice how everything is feeling. Notice if you're warming up because of the work, the mindful work that we're doing. After your third breath in extended child or puppy pose, you're going to take this left hand or right hand, turn the palm up and slide it underneath the armpit of the left arm. And now you're going to work towards bringing that right shoulder onto the mat. And notice that I say working. You may get part way, you may not get all the way. Please do what feels best. Eventually, you're going to get the right side of your head on the mat. Please remember what we talked about, or I mentioned at the very beginning, you guys. We are learning new body or motor ability skills. This is a practice. We do not necessarily make these movements or ask these muscles to work in this particular way during our everyday life. So we are expanding our body's motor vocabulary. Gently, slowly release that right arm. Come back to extended child's pose or puppy pose. 3 cycles of breath. End of the third cycle of breath. I want you now to take that left arm, palm facing up. Slide it underneath the right arm. Work your way onto that left shoulder. Work your way onto the left side of your head. Knowing that this is a work in progress and that this is a practice, right? You don't very often find yourself doing this particular movement in the middle of the day, I would venture to say. That is, unless you have like a toddler running around. then you might breathe. Still using that full diaphragmatic breath. Gently, slowly, when you're ready, release that left arm. And one last time, taking 3 cycles of breath in either extended child's pose or extended puppy. Okay, very gently bring your hands back in. Come back into tabletop. And now we're going to use our chairs and our blankets. So grab your chairs, grab your blankets. I'm going to change the video camera. Okay. All right, you guys. So this next part is about you making sure that you have the direction that you need, okay? So if you know that with some props, you can squat a little bit lower, you're gonna face your chair this way. If you know that squat is, your body doesn't like it, you're gonna take it this way with the back, okay? So it's really important that you only go to the depth that is comfortable. Then what I want you to do is take your blankets or blanket, because it all depends on what your body is asking. And stack them. And you may start at one level and then go to another level, okay? So let's just get a little practice in here. So I want you to begin by placing, can everybody see this? You're going to place your heel on the blankets, let the toes continue to stay on your mat. Okay? All right. So from here, we're going to start just upright. That's all we're going to do. Let your hands come to your hips. And the first movement is finding that stability between the blanket and the ball of the foot. Can you take a deep inhale and just lift your heels up and find the balance on the ball of the foot? And then gently let it come back down. From here, I want you to squeeze gently through the glutes. Torso remains upright, and I want you to bend slightly into the knees. And breathe here. So this is just a very small movement, you guys. I've come down maybe 3 inches. We're still squeezing through the glutes. When you're ready, gently lengthen, still squeezing a little bit more, press down through the ball of the foot. Lengthening all the way back up. Whoa. Let everything relax. Do a little shimmy shake with the legs. And notice how that felt. Okay, again, we're going to go ahead. And because we're doing this in very small increments, if you feel that you can do more, you can begin to adjust how much lift you have with your blankets. Okay. All right. So again, hands to the hips. As you inhale gently, come up onto the balls of the feet. And it may not even feel like you're doing much, which is fine. If you have tall propping for your legs, that's fine. So all you're doing right here is just practicing. Can you hover on the balls of your feet? Your gaze is about, well, I would say 4 to 5 feet in front of you. Shoulders are relaxed. Gently bend back into the heels and let everything relax. Okay? And please remember, you guys, even if your feet don't move, as long as you're activating through the muscle, that's what's important. Now from here, squeeze into the glutes. Torso remains upright. Gently bend into the knees. Again, we're not asking much. You're squeezing through the glutes. If your body says yes, and only if your body says yes, torso is still pretty upright, continue to come down. Breathe. So now I'm into a much deeper squat. And then gently release. Press down through the feet, bring yourself all the way back up. Shimmy, shake through the legs. Okay. One more time, spread wide through the feet, hands to the hips, squeeze through the glutes, gently lift the heels up. Now, making sure that you have your chair available, try closing your eyes for one breath. Gently open the eyes, sink the heels back down. Okay, if that was too much, now you know. From here, we're going to come down. Squeeze through the glutes. Gently, slowly come down as far as your body finds comfortable. This is why you have your chair right here in front of you. When you get down to whatever expression feels best for you, I want you to hold on to the chair. So if you're right here, you've got the chair. If you are right here, you have your chair. No matter where you are at your comfort level, once you have your chair, I want you to close your eyes with your hands on the chair. Now, I want you to release your right hand, still holding on to the chair with your left. Notice how that changes your balance. Eyes are closed. Once you've done that, gently bring that right hand down. Lift the left hand off. Notice how you are in your balance. Breathe. Gently bring the left hand down. If and only if you feel secure, release both hands from wherever you are on your chair. Breathe. Bring both hands back down. If your muscles feel strong enough, you're going to release your hands from the chair, squeeze through the glutes, and gently, slowly activate yourself all the way back up. Oh, shake those legs, shake the hips. Good. From here, take one step back so that you are now behind your blankets. Hands to the hips. I want you to bend into the knees. So feet are on the floor and either at the back of the chair or the front of the chair. Lightly bring the hands to the seat and just take a very, very gentle downward facing dog. And if this is too much for your feet, put your feet back onto the blankets. I don't want anyone over plantar flexing, or excuse me, dorsiflexing into the mat. All right, now from downward facing dog, we're going to play a little bit right here. Again, I want you to see if you can come up onto the balls of your feet. So a very gentle plantar flexion. You're on the balls of your feet. Your feet or your heels may hover a ½ inch above. That's fine. Or you may come up, heels might be a little bit more upright. That's fine too. Gently, slowly, lower the feet. Please make sure that you have your heels on your blankets if this is too much flexion in your feet. Now I want you to take that left foot, I want you to bring it into the center. Spread wide through those toes. Anchor into the ball of the foot and the heel of the foot. Squeeze into that left glute and gently lift that right leg up off the mat. You still have your hands on the chair, either at the back of the chair or on the seat. If your body says yes, right now my toes are hovering about an inch off. If your body says yes to this balance, I want you to extend through the legs, squeeze through that right glute now, and lift that right leg. See if you can lengthen a little bit into your torso rather than rolling through the shoulders. Again, I want you to begin by making sure that you are not hyperextending through this left knee. Release the left hand. See if you can bring it out. So right now you're holding right hand, left foot. Breathe. Gently lower that left hand. Squeeze into that left glute a little bit more. Now see if you can lift and lengthen into the right hand. So right now you are left foot, left hand supported. Breathe. Gently bring down the right hand. Gently bring down the right foot. Reopen your stance so that you are either hip distance or slightly more. Bend into the knees. Again, take a very gentle lengthen into a downward facing dog using the chair. Slow, steady breath. From here, ooh, I didn't realize we're cranking so hard. Okay, lengthen again. Want you to bring that right foot in towards the center. Again, what you're doing is find the stability. So you may want to rock yourself back and forth just a little bit to find that best place of stability. Spread wide through the toes, anchor into the heel on the right leg, straightening into the right leg. Get very light with the left foot. If your body says yes, you're going to squeeze through that left glute, lengthening into the left leg. Breathe and begin by lifting that right hand up. Again, make sure that you are not hyperextending into the right knee. Squeeze through that right glute. Make those glutes work, people. Gently, slowly lower the right hand. Squeeze into that squeeze into that right glute a little bit more. And now, if you can, lift into the left hand. Beautiful. Good. Everybody looks fabulous. Look at you go. The fact that your ankle is wiggling and wobbling means that it's working. It is getting proprioceptive information. Gently lower the left leg or left arm. Lower the left leg. Reform your stance. Gentle, gentle. Downward facing dog. Believe it or not, y'all, we are already done with our 75 minutes. So very gently, very slowly. Hands come back to the tops of the thighs. Squeeze through the glutes. Lift by either one vertebrae at a time or flat back. Bringing yourselves all the way back up. Gently push your chair back. You can use this for your final relaxation if you choose. And come all the way back down onto your mats. We are going to finish with our little twist. So if you need a support, have a bolster or your blanket right here if twisting all the way down to the floor is too much. So coming back onto your back, coming back down. Take your knees into your chest, Apanasana. Give yourself that really yummy, delicious opening. Feel your shoulders anchor yourselves in. When you're ready, gently roll your legs over to the right. Let your left hand come out into T formation. Let your right hand come on top of the left thigh, right by the knee. Breathe here. If you want to keep this a soft, passive twist, please do so. If you want to make sure that your back is really activating and your glutes, what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze through that left glute, squeeze all the way up, and then gently press that left leg into the right hand. Breathe. Making sure that at no time does this have any discomfort in your body. All we're doing is just trying to wake things up. Gently relax. And when you're ready, gently bring both legs up. One more time, gentle squeeze. Take your blanket, if you have one, or your cushion, bring it over to the left side. And when you're ready, gently roll those legs over to the left. Bring your right arm out into T formation and let that left hand rest on top of the right thigh. You can either stay here breathing deeply into this, practicing breathing into the right lung, or if you want to engage just a little bit more, I want you to squeeze through that right glute. Really feel that engage all the way up into the low back and gently press that right leg into the left hand. Breathe. And then gently relax and release. From here, one last time, bring the knees high up into the chest and take whatever variation of Savasana or deep relaxation, final relaxation feels best for you. So that means that you can bring your chair forward so that you can place legs on the chair, or you can come all the way down flat onto the floor. You can use bolsters. You can cover yourself with a blanket. You can use your blankets. You can use eye bags. Please use whatever feels best for you. Let your body come down, palms facing up, arms by the side. As you come back into your breath, finding your relaxation on your mat, take a moment to again reconnect with the original memory that brought you gratitude. Again, find the memory and feel it. Feel the emotion and how it felt around your heart. What colors were there that day? What was the smell? Was there a sense of touch? What kinds of sounds? And was there a particular taste? Embrace it all. Make it live again with your breath and with your remembering. Bring that gratitude all the way into your body and through. Knowing that as you embrace this memory once again, your heart rate changes, your breath changes. and your entire body begins to experience it. And after you've experienced it once again, take a moment to thank the memory for the joy and the love that it brought you, and place it back into its special place. Then feel the ground support you. Feel the air as it moves in and out of the lungs, creating life. And sink into your breath. Gently, slowly, begin to find your way back. Start with your fingers and your toes, and your hands and your feet. Then use that awareness, just as we did at the beginning of class, to come all the way back into the breath. And use that breath to bring your arms up over your head to stretch, fingers to toes, bones to skin. Gently, softly coming back. One last time, draw your knees high into your chest. Give yourself that gentle hug, then roll onto your side and gently press yourself back up into a seated position. Let your hands come back to the heart, thumbs once again resting on the heart point at the sternum. You guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. I honor the divine in you that is the divine in me, that is the divine in all of us. Namaste, and may the blessings be.